Welcome to the State of Connecticut Child Support Information Line.
Okay, this is pretty much the beginning of a video blog that I'm going to keep over the next year, just documenting some stuff I'm doing. I have 2 kids. I pretty much didn't get any child support from my ex as they grew up. He owes me $70,000, more or less, and I'm going to start documenting just little bits, mostly phone calls to child support enforcement correspondence. Connecticut is in charge of my child support case, and he did move to Vermont when my kids were teenagers, so I have what they call the bi-state enforcement, which just makes it any more difficult. At one point, when he was in Connecticut, I kept asking child support enforcement to do a contempt charge, and they wouldn't. So I decided to do it myself. When I showed up in court, enforcement came into the court and said to me, "You can't do this, and it's child support enforcement." I said, "Well, I've been asking them for years to do it, and they wouldn't, so I'm doing it." We did get the court the contempt charge. So anyway, now he's in Vermont. A year ago, I finally got this great judge, or not judge, attorney, whatever, to go after him, and he did, and my ex paid, then he stopped, then they threw him in jail for 2 weeks, then he promised and wrote this heartfelt letter, which I'll read in one of the blogs, saying that he would pay, etc., let him out, and they did, and he paid for a little while, and then he stopped, and again, it's gone stone cold. Nothing, no court dates, no nothing. And so he is a professional hider of child support. He works under the table. He is in construction. He's extremely skilled and makes a good living, from my understanding. He lives in a chalet in Vermont on 100 acres of land, which happens to be in his parents' name. But nevertheless, so I'm going to start with the phone call. I'm just going to do so that you can see the amount. And I'm just going to keep adding to this, eventually set up a blog page. I am going to share it with Rosa and Child Support Enforcement of Vermont to let them know that I am going to be documenting this. And eventually I was asked by 2 different people if I did want to do a documentary on it. So I'm going to start with me, and then of course I'm going to start adding some other single mothers into the story. If you know any that want to tell their story, let me know, and I will add it to this. And eventually, in a year and a half, maybe we'll be able to piece it all together and turn it into a documentary of the plight of the single mother trying to get child support in the state of Connecticut, and therefore, you know, tri-state, bi-state, etc., etc. I know it's been done before, but hey, here's to trying, because reality is if single mothers were getting child support, maybe the economy would be better for these women who could go out and get a lesser paying job instead of working 2-3 jobs and actually being able to be with their children. There's just so many implications that if all these mothers were actually getting the support, the effect it would have on the children, that their fathers are supporting them. And it actually makes fathers want to be part of their children's lives when they are actually financially supporting them. And it makes some men a better man. So, here we go.
Welcome to the State of Connecticut Child Support Information Line. Welcome to the Vermont Agency of Human Services Office of Child Support Automated Information System. This system is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The following information is current as of November 29, 2010 at 5 p.m. For payment information on this case, press 1. Press 1 to bypass this message. No payments have been received. This case has a child support arrears obligation in the amount of $584.95. per month. For arrears balances on this case, press 4. As of the end of October, the arrears owed to the state of Vermont were $0.00, and the total non-public assistance arrears owed to the custodial parent or another child support agency were $71,768.30. The stated amounts are subject to change and may not include a surcharge calculation.